I'm telling you today, if there was no CDF, there could be no education for most students in this Republic of Kenya. I think if there is any fund which is transparent, which parents can see, is CDF. So we want to assure the public, and especially my constituents, that the CDF will start to stay. The president has pronounced himself on this. I've been saying now and again that my constituents maybe is not like other constituencies. This constituency is highly populated. It has a lot of challenges. There are many students who have been admitted to very, very good schools. So what we did, we opened for parents who want to get bursary forms. At this time we did it differently. That we know the students who sat for exams in standard 8 in Nakuru Town West, they were around 3,500. How did I know? Because in every primary school I was giving a success card for each child. So I knew we have 3,500 students who have sat for standard 8 exam from Nakuru Town West. So what we did, because we know from each school how many students were, so we gave out the same number of bursary forms. So actually the bursary forms were being filled at the primary level. They were going to filled down to where your child is at that exam year, standard 8. But then we have some challenges that some students, some people who are called to far away schools, some of them like in Mombasa, some of them very far where the parents cannot afford. If they cannot afford to give meals even to these kids, they cannot afford even to use transport. So what we have told these parents to do is that they wait, because they want replacement of these students in near schools, and I'm actually assisting them to get the near schools. So the ones we are giving today are those ones who are satisfied that their kids have been taken to the best schools which they wanted, and fortunately the students passed well. So we have some who are going to Alliance, we have some who are going to Maranda, Nairobi School, Nakuru High, and we are giving them, what we are doing, we are giving all of those students, we are giving them a first term school fees, free. If for example, national school that could see is 26,700 and something, we are giving them first term school fees for those students who are sat in public schools from Nakuru Town West, who have been called to public secondary schools, like the ones have said. So we are giving full bursary. If for example, a child has been called to Nakuru High, the school fee is 26,000 and something, that one we will give. If that child was in a public school from Nakuru Town West. But then there are parents who are taking their kids to private primary schools or boarding or something like that, or private. We said those ones are repo, but we said we cannot leave them like that. We said we will give them 15,000 so that they can add. And you know, they didn't have a problem, because when I was talking to the parents here the other day, I left in Mombasa just to come and see the parents on Wednesday and Thursday, so that I explained them what I'm explaining here. And we all agreed that if you give them 15,000 for total students, because ask yourself, for example, if you have been taking your child to Girigiri Hills, where you have been paying maybe 70,000 at a time, and your child has been called to a good school like Alliance, where you are paying 53, why do you want to get bursary? That's the question I posed here on Wednesday. So I told them, but because you are also fathers in Nakuru Town West, you get at least 15,000, then you want the 12. And they were in agreement. So we are giving all the students, even those ones who have not gotten their letters, or those ones who have not, who are not here, because we had at one stage, we had to close so that we process the payments for these students who are home today. We will still give the rest until we reach that number of 3,500 students who sat exams from Nakuru Town West, who are going to day schools. Then we have come to day schools because there are many. And that's where we have a challenge, and that's why I've called these head teachers, the ones you can see in my office. One, the Education Act does not allow students to have lunch in schools. But this is an arrangement between the parents and the teachers. But now the problem which is here, some parents are unable. As much as I can even give 10,000, and the teachers want 12,000, the criteria is what I don't understand, how they reach that 12,000. I'm telling them that we must come down and agree. Because one, the Minister of Education is not aware about the issues of day school lunch. Students in day schools having lunch. That's a different arrangement. But then you find in a constituency like this one, the parents are completely unable to pay for, to even feed these kids from home. That's why we are saying that I'm looking to the teachers to reduce this amount up to around 10,000. And then even the 12,000 which they are asking parents to pay, this 12,000 is being used to do other things, not only lunch. They use the money to hire PMO, teachers, photo management teachers. They are using the same amount to hire teachers who are not hired by TSC. But now we have internists. The government has brought in internists. The government has improved the teachers, so we don't want the photo management to start employing teachers who are being paid from branch money. So I'm asking them to reduce the amount to around 10,000. If I can give 6,000 to each child, so that the parent can also chip in and give 4,000. I could have wished to give the other amount, but the students are just too many. Remember, the ones who are going now to day schools from Nakuru Town West could be around 2,500 or around that figure, or 2,000 for that matter. And we have other ones who are in from 2, 3, and 4. Because those ones in day school, we must give them. So that's why we reduce from 10,000 to 6,000. And I'm asking the teachers to reduce also from 12,000 to 10, so that if I give 6, the parents will give 4. That is all what we want to do. But the beneficial is like today we are having almost 1,000 students who are joining day schools. We have another 1,000 who are joining boarding schools. So that's around 2,000, leaving now around 1,500 who are geared to bring the bursary forms either for boarding or day. But we have set aside the amount of money. You know, we had the challenges of CDF the other day because somebody moved to court. Somebody, I could see somebody commenting and saying that generally most Kenyans are not happy about the issue of CDF being handled at the constituency level. That's somebody made that comment. And today I wanted to ask people here whether they are of the same opinion that we should not handle CDF. I'm telling you today, if there was no CDF, there could be no education for most students in this Republic of Kenya. I think if there is any fund which is transparent, which parents can see, is CDF. Because this is something which is straightforward. I'm giving almost 20 million today, and they are pinned on the floor on a note support. So Nakuru Town West people are going to benefit from this bursary. So if you tell them that there is no bursary today, I don't know where they would go. And but luckily enough, the president of this republic was a member of parliament when we had the CDF and when we didn't have. And when he addressed us in Mombasa, he said the CDF would be there. So we wanted to assure the public, and especially my constituents, that the CDF is there to stay. The president has pronounced himself on this. And you remember, there's they had notified the 2013 Act, but we had put the 2015 Act. Already somebody is in court again with the 2015 Act, saying that we will be notified, but we are still making arrangements to enact we put in the Constitution, so that it becomes law. Even those people could not be wrong, because 2 levels of revenue, that is in the national government and the county. We want now to have maybe a good 3, so that we also have this issue of constituents being enacted into law, so that we have student benefit, and we could even increase. Like if you look at the issue of laboratories for junior secondary schools, which juniors now remained in primary, is an issue because primary, there is no even a laboratory, even one. So who is going to build these laboratories? Members of parliament. Like me, I've put money for this financial year in every primary school in Nakuru Town West. We get one laboratory in a junior secondary school so that it can be used by the students who are being educated there. And I'm even asking the teachers and the government to make sure that the students who are going to remain in primary schools, junior secondary school in primary, they should be allowed to continue using their uniforms, which they were wearing, so that the parents can make arrangements and buy the uniforms at a later stage. I think we have, I can say that this issue of junior secondary school was already done. It is not, because, remember, again, the Kwanzaa government is inheriting a program which was not theirs. But by the time they were taking over, they had gone too far. I wish the president could have, this Kenya government could have done away with this CPC. You could see the other day in Kisi, you could see where teachers have been taken to court for telling kids to do whatever you could see they were doing. I don't know whether that's part of CPC. Watoto wamepelekwa wamewekwa pale, wanaweza wamwambia now mock sex. You know, that is mocking sex, ati fanya hivi na watu wanafanya hapo ni these teachers are also parents. So you wonder whether what is this CPC about? I think we could have done away with it. Then there is an issue which I'm realizing, which has a big problem. Standard 8, the present Standard 8, and Standard 8, the present one which we have under 7. They have been allowed to wear the uniforms of that primary school. CPC students in Standard 6 have been allowed now to wear even long trousers, different. So they are thinking that they are senior than the class 8. It's an issue which I think the Ministry of Education should address. When you find, in our old days when you used to go to school, we used to wear trousers. But when we went to high school, we would be allowed to wear long trousers, meaning that you have now left the one stage to another. Don't you think students should be in Standard 6 would feel more superior than the ones who are in Standard 8? Those are some of the challenges which I think we need to address. And then I think another issue which I think will have a problem is this issue of feeding, the way you have said, where teachers have been left to their parents. We cannot have a situation where we are leaving teachers to want to put the amount of money which students are supposed to pay as day school meals. We cannot leave that. And I've got them here, we must agree. It doesn't matter whether it's Nakuru Town West or another place, but in my constituents, we must have that sanity, where we must tell the teachers that they cannot charge money for lunch the way they want. And that's what we are going to agree down here, because I'm giving every child 6,000. I want parents to pay 4,000 so that the kids can take meals for 1 year.